Well, hey guys, we're back at the drugstore. This time, let's talk about drugstore skincare for mature skin. With age, skin cell turnover slows down, and that can lead to rough, dull, coarse skin texture. And you hear a lot of people hyping up exfoliating. You can easily overdo it with exfoliating. Some people with mature skin, however, do benefit from introducing alpha hydroxy acids into their routine if tolerated. Glycolic acid can help to exfoliate the epidermis, and it also can help improve the water retaining abilities. With age, we also lose some of our natural moisturizing factors, and alpha hydroxy acids can help improve that, ultimately having a skin firming and skin smoothing effect. But you need to be careful because alpha hydroxy acids can make you more susceptible to a sunburn, so you just want to make sure that you are wearing sunscreen. This is something that you use at nighttime. You apply it to the skin after cleansing and then apply a moisturizing cream over it, and it instructs you to use it 2 to 3 times a week. This also has licorice root in it, which is anti-inflammatory and can help with fading dark spots, maybe related to excessive sun exposure. Now with age, we lose collagen in the deeper layers of the skin. And in women, with the onset of menopause and decline in estrogen levels, collagen levels start to dwindle. Now, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, can help to fight off free radicals that damage the skin, and it also can help with improving collagen production, provided it is properly formulated, which is really a major limiting factor of ascorbic acid. It's very challenging to formulate so that it actually gets into your skin and does the collagen boosting thing. So there are a variety of stabilized forms of ascorbic acid that honestly are not well researched for the collagen boosting impact. This one uses 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid, stable. It may help ward off oxidative stress, but I would not bank on the collagen boosting effects from it. Now, vitamin C serums are typically used in the morning. Applying them immediately after cleansing, in theory, can help enhance the penetration of the vitamin C. And then you want to apply sunscreen on over, and that is going to help fight off oxidative stress, not only from UV exposure, but from pollutants, infrared radiation, and the like, provided the formula is right. And that's the thing with these cosmetic products. We don't really have any studies on them in the wild on actual human skin. We just have them as they are because they are not medications, they are cosmetics. Always important to keep that in mind, especially if you are contemplating shelling out $32.99. Here's an underrated mature skin ingredient, not salicylic acid, although we'll talk about that in a moment, but actually soy isoflavones in products. The Aveeno Positively Radiant line has soy in it, which can help with hyperpigmentation, but it also can help improve skin elasticity, which declines with age, fight off oxidative stress as well. Now, salicylic acid, in contrast to glycolic, it tends to prefer exfoliating the pore. With age, pores can become more prominent, and you may find that you are developing open comedones, aka blackheads. Salicylic acid can help by exfoliating the pore lining, reducing blackhead formation. The reason they're more common as you get up there in years is because of sun damage surrounding the pore. It loses its supportive framework, becomes dilated and more obvious. Salicylic acid can help clear out blackheads, but you have to use it consistently to maintain that effect. Salicylic acid, though, is also good because it is anti-inflammatory, but it's helpful for hyperpigmentation, dark spots. In terms of cosmetic ingredients, really across multiple age brackets, but as you get into your mature years, consider incorporating either a retinoid, which are prescription except for adapalene, or a retinol. Now, in contrast to adapalene, retinol is a cosmetic ingredient. So keep that in mind. That means that from different product to different product, you're going to get a lot of variability in terms of efficacy, and you're not going to get any background information on how effective the product is. You kind of just have to try it, believe in it, move on if you don't see any results. But retinol can offer similar benefits to retinoid, depending on the formulation. So RoC is a good brand. Retinol differs from like tretinoin or adapalene in that your skin has to convert it to retinoic acid. It takes 2 steps to get there. That can happen. It takes a little bit more time and patience to work. Now, this particular product I have tried. It's very nice. It's nice and moisturizing, and it almost has an immediate skin smoothing and hydrating impact from a cosmetic angle, but it does take time for the retinol to work. But what the retinol is going to do is it's going to help improve the rate of skin cell turnover. So retinol is not actually exfoliating the skin like alpha hydroxy acid, but instead it is teaching the cells in the skin to move along at a more reasonable rate and not be so slow. Whereas alpha hydroxy acids, which are exfoliants, they come in and they dissolve the glue between the skin cells and actually exfoliate directly. Retinol tells the cells to get their act together. So they have different mechanisms. Retinol is typically applied at night, and some people enjoy using retinol at night and alpha hydroxy acid in the morning. The combination together can not only help with smoothing out the skin surface, removing some sun damage, getting the cells of the epidermis to turn over more efficiently, ultimately improving moisture retention as well, but the long-term benefit of consistent use is it can improve collagen production, which is going to have a wrinkle smoothing effect. And retinol alone can do that, but there is evidence that using retinol and glycolic acid together, not at the same time, but retinol at night and glycolic acid in the morning, along with sunscreen, of course, can get you even better results in terms of improving collagen production. But keep in mind, glycolic acid, as you're buying it in the store, is a cosmetic ingredient. So that means there's going to be variation from product to product. And most of the research that we have on glycolic acid plus retinol, namely tretinoin, is done with in-office glycolic acid peels. A lot more controlled, a lot more consistent, and a lot more potent. Not to say, though, that you can't get those benefits from an over-the-counter product as well. Most people in the mature skin category grew up in a time where sunscreen use was not as commonly recommended, and the sunscreens back in the day were not as good as what we have now. They actually lack good UVA protection. It's never too late to start using sunscreen, and if you're looking to improve any of these signs of skin aging, improve skin health, starting now can help for sure, because none of these ingredients that we're talking about are going to do squat if you are not protecting your skin from the sun. They're just not going to be able to do anything for you. Sunscreen is a journey to find one that you like enough to wear consistently. It does not have to be expensive. And then, of course, rein in other sun protective behaviors like wearing a broad brimmed hat, sun protective clothing, sunglasses, seek shade, all of those things. Me personally, I have really enjoyed this Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Broad Spectrum SPF 60 plus, water resistant. It does not burn my eyes, but for some people it does. You may like a mineral sunscreen as an alternative. Those tend to be less irritating than their chemical, aka organic counterparts, but everyone differs. This product, the Age Defense with Hyaluronic Acid by Eucerin, this is a organic, aka chemical sunscreen. There's no cast with this one. I have used it and really like it. It has hyaluronic acid in it, so it's very hydrating, but it also has compounds from licorice root, which are anti-inflammatory, has antioxidants, which may help ward against oxidative stress upon exposure to UV, as well as other environmental stressors like pollution and infrared radiation that can lead to even more damage to your skin. We're over here in the acne section, and I have to say, you can develop acne at any age. Having mature skin does not erase your name from the acne guest list, but choosing the right product for mature skin makes all the difference, because again, as you get older, your skin is less able to produce those moisturizing factors. It's more susceptible to dryness, and acne treatments are super drying. Like Panoxyl, I love it, but it can be super drying. Fortunately, there are better options these days in comparison to like the 90s. For example, this Cetaphil Gentle Clear Mattifying Acne Moisturizer. Salicylic acid is helpful for acne control. It's super moisturizing. It doesn't lead to dryness and irritation and peeling and flaking. Now, I haven't tried this new product from Neutrogena, but I will say that if you have acne and mature skin, A niacinamide moisturizer is a great option to consider, and you don't have to go with this one. There are thousands of them out there, but niacinamide is anti-inflammatory, and it's actually been shown to be helpful for acne. Niacinamide has anti-aging benefits as well, so it's good in that regard, and it's good for the moisture barrier, so it helps with the dryness and irritation that you may experience with acne treatments like retinoids, like tretinoin, for example. Vaginal dryness is for real in postmenopausal women, and these vaginal moisturizers can be helpful. Check out my recent video on lichen sclerosus. It's a condition that commonly affects women over the age of 50 in the downstairs area, and in that video I point out how using a moisturizer down there can really help, and this can really help with the dryness and pain that can occur in that situation. So as far as removing makeup, I talk a lot about how I like to do a double cleanse, where I use an oil-based cleanser to break up not only makeup but also like water-resistant sunscreen and any oil, aka sebum, off the skin surface. And then when I get in the shower, I use a mild cleanser to remove everything. Cold cream is just another way to double cleanse. Pond's is the OG cold cream. They actually make a fragrance-free cold cream. I reviewed it a long time ago. I actually really like using Pond's cold cream. It's the most relaxing experience, and for whatever reason it does feel cold on the skin surface. It nicely dissolves the makeup, and then when you get in the shower it all rinses away. You can use a gentle cleanser. It's great. Now Albolene is another great option for removing makeup. People with dry skin types tend to like this option, but people with oilier skin tend to not like it because it doesn't have any emulsifier in it. So when you get in the shower, it leaves some of the mineral oil and petrolatum behind, which is good. It helps reduce water loss, but some people don't like the way that feels. But this actually works really well to remove eye makeup and sunscreen from the skin. I reviewed it a couple of years ago. So this is another option. If you like using cold cream, you might like this, but some people find it's like too oily. Other people stand this. Speaking of niacinamide, RoC has a multi-correction even tone and lift night cream with niacinamide and Hexyl R complex. Just as I thought, Hexyl Resorcinol, which can help with hyperpigmentation and age spots. This also has shea butter, which is very moisturizing. Combined with the niacinamide, this actually may help to improve skin tone, help maybe lighten dark spots. I think lift is a bit of a reach because no skincare product is going to actually lift the skin or really tighten saggy skin. It's just not. There we're talking more procedural based interventions, injectables. Then they have a similar product formulated to go around the eyes. Now eyelid skin is a lot more delicate, so some products are specifically formulated for that area. When it comes to moisturizing though, as I've said, you can use the same moisturizer you use on your face, around your eyes. Yeah, Hexyl Resorcinol may be a little irritating around the eye. In the main jar cream, it may be formulated in a lower percentage here to be better tolerated. What about peptides? Should you be using peptides once you get in your 50s and 60s? It's up to you. Peptides are one of those, we have to have faith in the cosmetic industry that they are doing something, and in some cases they may not be doing that much. I think they're really helpful though for improving moisture content, and they may get into the skin depending on the peptide. They may get into the skin and improve collagen production. They may help to stimulate repair pathways. They may even help to suppress the enzyme tyrosinase that leads to pigment production. I mean, there are so many peptides out there in the industry. It's actually kind of hard to keep up with all of them because there are always new peptides coming out left and right. And they do their own little industry study on them, which is not like a good rigorous clinical trial. There's always issues with those industry studies, and you have to take them with a huge grain of salt. Peptides are I use peptides in my skincare, but they're not a must. You can see a subtle improvement in skin texture using a peptide-based product, I will say that. They've actually gotten a lot easier to come by, I've noticed, in more affordable products than say like 4 or 5 years ago. So it's definitely a lot more accessible than I think it once was. A lot of skincare products will have collagen in them as well, and collagen is hydrating. It doesn't actually get in and replace lost collagen. It acts up top in the top layers of the skin for hydration. And I've always wanted to see these peptides that allegedly get in and smooth out wrinkles by some claimed biologic mechanism that has never been proved. I always want to see like a comparison between those and just ordinary humectants like collagen or hyaluronic acid or glycerin. This Eucerin Q10 anti-wrinkle cream is one of my favorites. It's totally underrated at $13. Q10 gets into the skin pretty well as an antioxidant. It can help boost up the skin's endogenous antioxidant production. So it's a good ingredient. It's pretty well tolerated. This is just a nice, rich night cream. Now, this one says Pro Retinol, buyer beware. This is a cream with similar ingredients. It has a Q10, but it also has a retinol ester, retinol palmitate. Retinol palmitate is not the same as retinol. Like, your skin's not going to convert it to retinoic acid. It's not going to improve collagen production. It's just going to be like an antioxidant. Not a bad ingredient, but just like so you're aware of what it can and can't do. We've been talking a lot about moisturizing in this video because, as I said, when you get up there in years, the skin's ability to hold on to moisture declines, but you may prefer a more lightweight moisturizer. So I've been trying out this Eucerin Face Skin Balance Facial Night Cream for many months now, and I actually really like it. It has shea butter and it also has arginine, so that's anti-inflammatory. It has pantolactone, which is another name for panthenol. Panthenol is a really good moisturizing ingredient and can help improve skin elasticity. The CeraVe Skin Renewing Night Cream is one of their most underrated products in their portfolio. This is so good. As I said, peptides are becoming more accessible. It's not cheap at $25, but Walgreens has one for $13.49. Similar ingredients. I need to give that a try. But yeah, this is a really good one. Now, they used to have the Skin Renewing Oil, which I love to soften flaky skin. Here it is, the Skin Renewing Gel Oil. If you have flaky skin, like you're using tretinoin and you're getting flaky and peely, try this. It's really good to soften and smooth the flakes and help them exfoliate without disrupting the skin barrier. This is really good. I remember being really impressed by this when I tried it a few years ago. This number 7 Advanced Retinol 1.5% complex is really good. I reviewed this for you guys a few years ago, so check that video out. But I was talking about peptides. So this is a good retinol just for improving wrinkles with long-term consistent use. But it also has a peptide in it that can help in improving just moisture content. Specifically, it has Matrixyl 3000, which is actually 2 peptides. They're matrikines. So allegedly they're going to get in and improve collagen production. But I actually really liked this when I tried it out. Soap and Glory has a vitamin C serum. This one, like the other one we were talking about, has 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid. So stable, but not evidence-based for like improving collagen. May help with oxidative stress, may help with hyperpigmentation. This has sodium hyaluronate, that's hyaluronic acid, it's hydrating. It does have fragrance in it though, which again, can be irritating. You can develop allergy to, and that can be more likely as you get into the wiser years. Now let's talk about puffy under eyes. More common as you get up there in years because the skin under the eyes is thin to begin with and it gets thin with age, and then you have structural changes around the eye. You have bone resorption, you have fat redistribution, makes hollows more prominent, dark under eye circles more obvious. Skincare products are not going to necessarily get rid of that. Caffeine is an ingredient that can help temporarily depuff and brighten up the under eye area. Does this even have caffeine in it though? I suspect it does. Wait for it. Yes, this has caffeine. This also has urea in it, which can be hydrating and soften and smooth the skin. Shea butter, which is going to help reduce water loss. Now, this is new from Vichy. It is a serum marketed for people peri and post menopause with omegas. Now, omega fatty acids are helpful for the skin barrier and replenishing lipids in the skin and helping with lipid barrier integrity. Cassia extract may be anti-inflammatory. B3, C, and E. What form of vitamin C does this have? Okay, so niacinamide, again, we talked about that being anti-inflammatory, good for hyperpigmentation and redness. Tocopherol is vitamin E. It does have some benefit depending on the form of vitamin E. Check out my video on skin benefits of vitamin E because I break it down there. Ascorbyl glucoside is a stable form of vitamin C, but whether or not it improves collagen is questionable. Now, caproyl salicylic acid, that is a L'Oreal ingredient. It goes by the name LHA. It's like a modified form of salicylic acid that can more precisely exfoliate, improve the look of skin texture and dark spots. I don't know. Interesting they market this to menopause and perimenopause age groups, because I don't know, it seems like another antioxidant serum with a gold package. Then they have a replenishing firming day cream, again with niacinamide and omegas, caprolol, salicylic acid, niacinamide. So this is more of a richer moisturizer, presumably. Whereas this, what are they even calling it? Vaginal Innovation. Oh, serum, oil and water serum. That's gonna be more lightweight. You know, you can layer it underneath a moisturizer. Firming is kind of a stretch. By firming, the best you're going to get is improved moisture content, which can have a firming effect, I suppose, and plumping the skin. What's in the plumping day cream? Kind of similar ingredients. Sodium hyaluronate, that'll improve moisture content and have a plumping effect. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. I hope this was helpful to you in going over some tips, some skincare products and ingredients that are helpful for mature skin and just understanding how our skin changes with age. Now if you like this video, on the end slate I'm going to put one of my recent Shop With Me videos where we go through Walmart and check out the skincare there. So watch that one next, but if you like this, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye!